This is my 20-inch Axelson. There's the Bridgeport's head. The progress is on this Kingway. Hi folks, this is going to be kind of a show and tell video instead of a making chips video, but I do have some chips for you. Today I'm trying to get ready to go on a trip. Thus I got to get the old rock tooth cleaned out so I can go to Mississippi to see Clark at the Windy Hill Foundry. Now Clark's making Don a taper attachment bed clamp for a 1949 Axelson 16-inch, just like the one I got sitting in here. Only this one had a tail clamp. His didn't. I sold mine to him about 5 years ago, and I'd been looking for, that clamp for 4 or 5 years. So now we have one, and Clark is casting one using that one as a template. Now, Clark's busy as all get out, so it's been a while before he could get to it. But he started pouring it this week, and we were talking, and it turns out Clark is pouring a capstan for the Tally-Ho. When I heard that, my ears perked up. Now, I've watched Tally-Ho since they tore her all to pieces, and the parrot was walking all over them, or whatever kind of bird that is. I nearly went up there to work on her, but I didn't have a month block of time. So I went and worked on the SV Seeker, which was a heck of a lot of fun too. Anyway, they're pouring that this Saturday. And when I heard that, I said, "Can I come, please, 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 please?" And he said yes. So now I'm in a hurry to get everything loaded up so I can go up there. This may interest you. Let me get this out of the way. A car decided to run through the gate and tear up the operator. $1,200 shot to hell. And then we've been having some storms. Now this is a expensive solar panel that I put on electronic access keypads for real expensive keypads that don't have electricity, so we use these for solar power. It takes 2 of them. The other day I had a customer call me and said, "My gate's not working." I said, "Well, we're in the middle of winter. It's been at least 9 days since the sun came out there." And he said, "But it's a new unit. It's only 4 months old." And I said, "Yeah, well, you could put your 4-month-old car on the road, and unless you put gasoline in the tank, it ain't going to go anywhere." But I said, "I'll come out and check it." And when I did, these 2 panels are hooked up in parallel. They put out 12 volts, and I found that this one wasn't working. I got to looking. I got a good picture of this. I'll show you what I found inside this junction box. Got hit by lightning. Now I looked at this thing, it doesn't look like anything that touched it. Until I saw back here on this part, I've got a picture of it, there was a little bitty tiny bubble. And I took my finger and I rubbed across it. That's the backside of where that lightning hit. Blew this all to pieces. So some more scrap. Anyway, let's go down here and see something more interesting. I'm trying to get all of this stuff put away. It's a nice day for once. Can y'all even see what I'm trying to do? This 55-gallon barrel here is full of anti-wear hydraulic oil. That's going in the beast. I had a roof leak that contaminated all the oil And I bought 65 gallons to replace it. She's worth it, you know. It's funny. That is the second set of solar panels that's been destroyed by lightning in the last month and a half. We have had so many storms. I've had 15 inches of rain here this month. Now, moving stuff out of the little machine room, moving it around today, and I'm kind of conflicted about what to do with this. That is a 15-inch wide jaw, and I think it'll take maybe 14, 15, 16-inch deep, depending on how you do it. Shaper planer vise. That's the bottom part over there for it, the swivel. Frankly, it's so heavy I couldn't pick it up and carry it out here. I had to stick it on the pallet jack. As far as I can tell, every piece is there with the exception of 2 T-nuts and bolts to hold the adjustment part on, and then bolts to do this stuff here. But bolts are easy to find. These things are hard to find. I think it's, I went and got a tape measure. Yeah, that's 15. And right there is that setup is 12 inches. I bet you could get another at least 3 inches out of it. So 15 by 15, 15, 14, somewhere in there. I've always kept it around because I thought that the planer would come in handy for something one day, but I have so many options of holding work on the planer bed that I've never ever messed with this. So you know anybody that wants one, get them in touch with me and we'll see if we can make a deal. My email is in the comment or about us on the Steve Watkins at Work YouTube page. You just go up there and where it says about, click on that, and it says contact. Then it'll give you the email address. Only serious if you want to. I get so much email, it's unbelievable. Now, on to the next little thing out here. Now, about a month ago, as I was sequestered in the RV, a truck showed up with that box in it. I had had some correspondence with a company, the John Dow Industry Company, about another little thing that I had. Let me go get it, I'll show you. Now this you may have recognized from working on the head of the 16-inch Axelson. I'm feeling like I'm having to lean over. Let me get you guys. There, that's better. I don't have to walk around like this. Anyway, this is also a John Dow Industries oil vacuum unit. Those are great. You have all kinds of accessories to suck oil out of things, and I use it for machines. You could change your engine oil, your boat oil by sticking a tube down the dipstick if you want to. But we were using this to change oils and heads and things like that of machines. I think it's in this video up here, you may recall that while I had a heart attack 2 years ago and was laying in the hospital, this unit was sitting in my grinding room. And after I got out of the hospital, I had to walk back through here. I smelled oil. And I walked into my grinding room and there was this huge oil stain on the floor with that sitting right on top of it. Now this is a brand new unit. I think I bought it a couple years before maybe. I didn't have the receipt anymore and I just sat there and looked at it and just shut the door and went off to cry. Anyway, in one of the videos up here somewhere, I showed what it looked like on the inside, and the bottom of that tank was completely rusted out and pinholes everywhere, and that's why it was leaking. So I didn't want to bother the company, so I sat there and basically welded up the bottom, and I was happy with it. Well, apparently, since I'm this huge intergalactic YouTube star, widely known throughout the universe, they saw that, and the head sent me a letter, says, I wish you would have contacted us. We had been happy to replace it. I didn't have any of the receipts or anything, so I just fixed it myself. Well, we talked back, and I said, no, it's fixed, it's okay. He said, no, I want to send you at least a new tank. So I'd forgotten about it till this showed up. Let's open it up and see what they sent. It looks like they sent a whole new unit. Oh joy, I get to put more wheels on things. Now this is a little tube with all of the different size suckers that you can put on it. And it fits down on this side holder right there. Frankly, when we were working on this 16-inch, the interior of the casting had been painted and coated, and that had chipped up. So I was having to get all that mess out of there and repaint it and seal it. Well, it wouldn't go through any of those little tubes. And then it wouldn't go through the top valve. So I ended up just taking all that off and just using the big hose and sucking it right out of there. Worked fine. I just never put it back. Imagine that. No wheels on it. Ones I really hate are new toolboxes. They're so big and heavy and clumsy that it's just hard to do anything with. Now, as I usually do, I buy almost everything. Very few have I ever accepted something from somebody, especially to look at and show you guys. Usually don't want to be beholden to any of the companies. That's why I spent the money to buy the Everlast welder, which, bear with me, Don says he's forgot about that box, but I know he hasn't. When I get back from Clark's, we'll break open that welder and check it out. Anyway, looks just like the same thing. Let me put a close-up on it so you can see it. Even us intergalactically famous YouTube stars have to have an old man chair once in a while. Like I was saying, this is the accessory tubes for the machine. These are pretty simple machines. Basically, it's a tank. I would say this part goes here, and this part sits down here like that, and these just clip on to the end of your hose, which this is one of them, and another. This one's the one to empty it out. See, the good thing about this thing is You suck it in up here at the top using air. There's no motors. This here is a Venturi nozzle that creates a vacuum inside the tank when you hook your air line up to it. So this blows air out, pulls a vacuum on the tank. Use these to suck the oil into the tank. Then you shut it off, and then you can load this in your truck and take it to an oil recycle place. Stick this hose in their tank, open the valve, and it empties 20 gallons for you. Wait a minute. I got 65, 70 gallons to get rid of. Guess I'm gonna have to use both of them. Make a couple trips. That's better than having oil all over your shoes and everything else. These are really nice, especially if you're just using them around for your trucks and tractors and things like that. You can store the oil in here if it doesn't leak, which I told him to look in here and make sure this one wasn't rusted, and we're going to look at that in a minute. But I love this little unit, and it's awful. You know, I can understand why he sent this to me. I wouldn't want my company's products having a bad name on the internet either. But he didn't have to. I'd just done forgot about it. I'd fixed it. Still is a nice thing to do after all that time. All right. Now for the test. I am happy to report there's not a single piece of rust on the inside of that tank. I tried doing it with a camera last time and I couldn't hardly ever see in there, so you're just going to have to trust me. Well, I don't have time to put this together right now because I got other things I need to do, and you can follow along with me. Thank you, John Dow Industries. Put it to good use. I'm going to donate this old one to Don, because Don's got some old machines over there that need oil changes, and he and me back and forth that one between us. So, you know, he's getting old. Can't have him running around too much. Forgot why I was out here, having to get the truck cleaned out. It's about a 10-hour drive to Clark's place. The only bad part of it is you got to go through Shreveport from where I am. You got the lousiest roads in the country. I don't ever go through it in my motor coach. That drives you crazy. Speaking of drive you crazy, and while we're on the subject of companies, I just thought of something. When I bought Rock One, you know, you got a bare truck again, basically, and you might as well start new with stuff. I needed a hitch so I could pull my, not too big, I mean, that's the little trailer I pull around most of the time. If nothing else, my little farm trailer. So I went and bought a really nice hitch that you can raise up and down to level your load out right. I've been really happy with it. But the other day, I was looking at it. Now, I've been really happy with this hitch. Of course, after you buy one, then you find out that both the trailers are the same height, so I haven't ever had to raise it up and down. But to get them level, that's how low I need it. Now this ball comes out, and you put another ball in its place for different sizes. Well, both of my trailers are the same size ball. So I could have got away with just a drop down, but you know, who knows what you're going to do. Now this had a feature. Now, like I said, this is a nice hitch. It's all aluminum. I had some worries that it would not hold up, but it seems to be doing fine. I lost the key to the original pin the other day. Had to cut the old one off. That was a chore, but that's what it looks like. Now over here on the side, you pull that key and you can take it off of this rail. And then when you do that, you're able to change that ball into a new drop-down ball. Now, like I say, this is called a weight save. If you look on the side over here, there's a gauge that tells you how much tongue weight you have on. And you got your trailer on there, which is really cool. Don and I pulled a load one time that had maybe 100 pounds on there. We had to change things around. It was getting squirrely. But with that little indicator, I could tell we had 100 pounds. Well, anyway, that stopped working a long time ago, and I really didn't ever use it because I kind of knew what was going on. But the other day I unhooked and I got concerned. This is all aluminum here, and look what my ball's doing now. It's moved so much that it's, what do you call it, wallowed out. It's made it to where it doesn't want to get in there tight, and I'm concerned. So I'm sitting there wondering, what the heck can I do about that? I got a dog over there barking. My granddaughter showed up. Little dog's going crazy. She loves tailgates on SUVs that can open up in the back with a button. Where were they when I was a kid? Anyway, what would you guys do? I'm afraid that that's wobbling so much that going down the road, that could break something inside. So it's about to come off the old Rock 2. I've got another drop down sitting over here that I'm going to stick on it that'll work. I thought about sleeving it, but then I got to thinking about all the people that I could hurt going down the road in that condition. So I'm going to just change over to the other one. If anybody has a bright idea on how they would fix that safely, leave me a comment. And before anybody says anything, just for the record, I don't think there is a way to safely fix that. Or at least not one I'd feel confident in. It was a good idea. Now, another one of my long put off jobs is an easy way to get stuff up and down off my mezzanine. And you might notice a lot of machines come in and out of here, and I don't know where to put them, and I'm trying to come up with a plan, and it's just hard. The main reason I'm cleaning out the back of my truck is so I can take Clark some extra shelving that I had. I'm getting old, and I hate going up and down the stairs, so until I get my trolley crane put in, I'm going to use my little cheating come along. Now, I went upstairs and hooked it up. You can see it up there. And I got a little remote control here. Turn it on. I use that to move in a cylindrical grinder by myself. That's a strong little dude. Now, I haven't charged those batteries in about 4 or 5 months. And so far, they're doing good. Called Mile Marker. I think I got this at Northern Tool. I know I got it at Northern Tool. They had some cheaper ones, but I splurged for this one. These little bitty endless loop slings really are handy. I hope Clark's wife finds these handy. I just ran out of room, too many shells. You wouldn't know it by looking around there, would you? All right, take this up in a minute. Well, this is getting a little long and I'm running out of daylight, so I didn't really get to do what I needed to do to show you guys. There's the Bridgeport's head. I got it ready and I'm going to roll it into the other shop and tear it apart now. Rebuild it completely, paint it up, and get it ready to go on the base. What I was going to show you was the next part of the Kingway alignment tool build. Now, this is my 20-inch Axelson. My 20-inch Axelson is the only thing that I have that can hold 1.25 inch ball end mill in a tool holder. So I'm lining the tool holder up with this, and this 3-jaw just isn't precise enough. So what I was going to do today, oh, by the way, Don, there's some chips for you. I told you and I promised you chips. There you go, buddy. Got more down there. Kind of big ones down there. There's your chip fix. Anyway, I need to line it pretty precise. So I was getting ready to put that 4-jaw on when it got dark. Here's my jib crane that we build. And just reach over there, pick it up, and put it on. Might as well show you what the progress is on this Kingway. Got everything bored and the knobs installed. The ball's on, just got to thread this one here for this and make a holder for it. Mount these vials and we'll be done. Thanks for watching.